Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Admiral, your testimony today has been extremely important, informative and important. And one of the aspects that was so important were your initial answers to the questions from the chair and the vice chair in terms of the undermining of our deterrence in terms of the People's Republic of China by unilaterally abandoning Ukraine. Just to confirm, you view our leaving Ukraine to be a significant diminution of the deterrent that we're presenting to China. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
I think that is very important. Now, one other aspect of that is the effect of leaving Ukraine unilaterally on our allies. How would Japan and South Korea react to that action?
All of our allies and partners are under pressure. They're under coercion from from actors such as the People's Republic of China. And frequently, it's not just coercion in the military sphere, but across all levers of statecraft. And they're staying with the alliance. They're enjoining their national power to the United States is directly related to their confidence in U.S. partnership when it is so committed. And accordingly, our U.S. security partnerships worldwide have a direct impact on the cohesion of our alliances and partnerships. And any effect on that imposes costs on the quality of deterrence, as our allies and partnerships have our greatest leverage in deterrent.
The important deterrence has probably been used, I've been counting, I think we're up to about 25 times in this hearing. Deterrence is based upon two things, capacity and will. We can usually talk about weapons, but Ukraine is all about will. We can supply the capacity. The question is will, and as you point out, it would undermine the deterrence not only of the actions of China, perhaps toward Taiwan. It would certainly change Xi's calculus. Will the Americans actually be there? Which would be an important part of his consideration, but also undermine, as you say, the confidence of our allies. Short question. We've talked about the South China Sea. We've talked about disputes with China. Would it be in the national interest for this body to ratify the Law of the Sea Treaty?
Yes, sir.
You're about the 20th flag officer who's answered that question in exactly that way. I hope the Senate will start to listen to our people that are on the front lines that understand how important that would be. One of the things that concerns me most urgently about the relationship with China and the South China Sea is the danger of miscalculation, the danger of mistake, the danger of some misunderstanding that would lead to an escalating conflict. Do you feel that we have sufficient military-to-military communications with the People's Republic of China in order to deconflict a potential situation that should not be escalated but could be?
Senator, as yet, I've had no contact mill-to-mill as the U.S. Pacific Fleet Commander, and my boss and my mentor, Admiral Aquilino, has had limited and seeks more for the very reasons you talked about.
Do you agree that that's a danger to not have those kinds of communication links?
We're left with their activity, with the guidance that we give the force and their public statement, and accordingly, we must divine their intentions and act accordingly. With better information, we have lower risk of miscalculation.
I would rather have us understand directly from communication their intentions rather than trying to read the tea leaves or divine it, as you suggest. Finally, the nature of war. And the nature of war is changing fundamentally. Hypersonics, directed energy, cyber. Clearly, the next conflict will begin with cyber. Are you satisfied that the Navy and the joint force in the Pacific is at a place where it needs to be in order to fight the next war rather than based upon strategies and tactics from the last war?
Senator, I'm never satisfied with our readiness.
Good.
I'm confident, but I'm paranoid, and we're working constantly. And if and when additional resources are required to be more resilient in that first battlefield, you'll know it from me.
I hope you'll really press on that, because all of the aircraft carriers in the world aren't going to work if GPS is gone, if there's no way to navigate, if they're targeted by hypersonics. So this is, I think, one of the most important areas, is to press the entire military establishment on electronic warfare, hypersonics, directed energy, and I appreciate your answers. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator King.